Hello and welcome to episode 4 of our Timberborn Update 3 hard mode Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. Last time we added some metal production over here, albeit very slowly because we have to propel it with power wheels. Yes. This is absurd, but unfortunately we don't really have any other option until we get to the engine, which we can currently unlock. We just don't have 20 metal blocks at this point in time to build it. But we're well on the way to getting there, and we also have some good progress over here, namely the addition of a bunch more wood. We have some more pumping happening down here, and we have some more water storage in progress. And we're currently at the very beginning of a 15-day drought. So we're going to see what happens. Food-wise, we're looking really good. We are, I guess, slightly low on stuff, but we do have plenty of, well, that's berries, so the potatoes are in another one down here. We have plenty of potatoes to put through our grill when the beavers get around to that. We've got plenty of berries for our breeding pods and all of our other stuff here. So we're in good shape. We just right now need to keep making more beavers so we can fill all of the jobs that we currently have available here. Which reminds me, I need to go ahead and mark all of these trees as cuttable, because those were not previously. Probably go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff. But yeah, today's priorities are going to be getting engines set up, which is part of why we're planting so many more trees. There's going to be a lot more we have to plant too. We just haven't quite gotten there yet. So we'll take a look at a couple other things with regard to that, and we will probably be really pushing toward getting the rest of this industrialization happening. It just takes a long time when you only have 40 beavers, 35 of whom can work. So that's part of the reason for building more of these breeding pods, but obviously you can't shock the system by having too much in at once, or bad stuff can happen. So we want to stagger these things. So it looks like these first 4 are in... Actually, all of these seem to be kind of okay. I am going to go ahead and get these 2 hooked up, ready to go. Because we're going to need to get more beavers. We can't grow too fast. So this is probably going to be it, these 8 for a while. But we do currently have 6 vacancies. And we're going to have even more once the rest of this stuff opens up. So we're going to have to be very diligent about monitoring our resources. While we're over here... Well, I guess this guy doesn't have anything to do. Or there's nobody to run in this one, rather. Got a good amount of scrap metal. Metal blocks are slowly accumulating. I'm not going to research the engine until we can actually build it. That way we can make use of the science points we do have for other stuff in the meantime. Specifically, I want to take a look at the healer, because that's going to be very important as we start doing more industrialization. Is the beavers are going to become injured, and that's going to become a problem very quickly if we don't have medicine to handle all their stuff. We actually already have one that's incapacitated. So I'm going to go ahead, since we have 5 metal blocks already, I'm going to go ahead and research the healer. And we're going to put them up here. It's in close proximity to the barracks and relatively centrally located. But we'll get that built, and we're going to get the dandelions slowly harvested. Put a gatherer flag. I took the one down here. No, okay, no, that's still here. It's just not very useful of a location for getting the dandelions. So we might actually want to go ahead and move this guy. We'll just go ahead and pause that. We'll move this guy up here. I think if I put him right here... Okay, so that's not quite... Well, I'll tell you what we'll do is we will get rid of that. Yes, this is the optimal location for a gatherer flag for all of this stuff here. So we'll wait for them to get rid of this rubble, and then we will put our gatherer flag back up here as they slowly empty this one. Actually don't have a storage space for dandelions, but they should be able to put them in the healer itself, so I don't think we need to build one. Our stock of dandelions should never really have to be that big in the first place, especially with a town as small as we currently have. Now, as far as gears are concerned, we're currently funneling them all into this tank right here. I'm going to go ahead and let them finish this medium tank before we get back into putting other stuff elsewhere, because this is going to be very important for us to be storing water. Even if we don't need it right now, for the future, it does not evaporate from tanks, but it does evaporate from here, and these pumps will remove water from this area as we go through the drought. And once we get up to, I don't know, about 100, 200 beavers or so, assuming we can actually get that high before we get to golems, or I guess they call them bots now, we're going to need a lot more water stored up, even if we don't need to drink all of it. So we will do our best in that regard. Yeah, still waiting on gears. 3 more. So I guess we got enough planks. I can probably pause one of these. There we go. Once we have the engines set up, it should be quite a bit easier to take care of the rest of this stuff. What do I have in here? I've got scrap metal and I've got metal blocks. I think we should be okay just having this one industrial pile for scrap metal, because the source is right here. They can store a little bit in these scavenger flags, so we don't really need to worry about that. Metal blocks, this should be okay. For that, I don't know what else we can really put over here. I do want eventually to have water coming through here. We just have to build aqueducts, and that's going to take a very, very long time. Go ahead and set this up for the water. Once that's, we haven't even started building this one yet, but this one, as soon as a builder comes along, will be all good to go. Yep, there we go. All right, and they should be building the healer next, just as soon as they can find some gears. We already have some more homeless beavers. The eternal struggle of having a lot of beavers very quickly. We'll just go ahead and add a couple of... Actually, before we do this one, we'll just build this one for now. So I think got an opportunity here to put another Lido in, and then turn this into something else. Now we have these row houses. That's probably not going to be what goes here, especially because I have to research those. But we might be able to do something else up here. All right, how are we looking on this? We're still waiting on 3 gears. Should be a hopefully short period of time. Otherwise, oh, we can plant another potato here. And believe it or not, we're actually going through all the potatoes that we've been planting. I know some people have said that I have too many potatoes. And I think at the time that was probably an accurate assessment, but right now we're needing the potatoes. So it's proving to be the correct amount of potatoes. So we'll backfill this with... Actually, no, we'll put potatoes here. We'll put a couple more carrots here. We can probably turn more of this area into carrots, just for the benefit of having some of those left over. So we'll go ahead and replant these. And then eventually we're going to want to get into wheat. But again, since we don't have the power necessary to take care of that at this exact moment, we're not going to. Don't want to overbuild before we're really ready. And keep in mind, we still have open vacancies, even with as many as we do have. All right, we have a healer now. Go ahead and prioritize that job. I'll put in the gatherer flag up here. They're still taking stuff out of this one. We might actually need dandelion storage, now that I think about it. But we got to get the dandelions out of here first before I get rid of that. Still going well, I guess. You know, it's funny how this requires logs to burn and also power. I mean, I get it. I guess from an industrial design standpoint, it makes sense. But there's still that cognitive dissonance in your mind. You're like, hey, why am I burning something if it has to have power from the whole thing anyway, right? Well, it's neither here nor there. Plant some more of these. We're going to need to start getting to explosives probably pretty soon. But again, that requires power, which we don't have. So we're going to probably, in this order, research engines and then paper mills and then get into explosives. But that is a lot more science than we are currently making. And we don't have the spare beavers to really dedicate to too much more science production. Let's, for right now, put, yep, that right there. Now we've got 2 of these things. Kind of a useful deal here. Now, eventually we are probably going to enclose this whole thing, or at least part of this area, and have this go a little higher, just to increase the height of our water system. But that is a much later project, and for right now, I want these guys to be able to enjoy that and take advantage of the boost that gives us. Okay, we got 12 metal blocks. It's so slow. 38% productivity. There you go. All right, now if there's nothing for you to do, yeah. We'll just go ahead and pause these right now. We don't have enough beavers really to do too much else. And we have 180 stored up, and, you know, we're not going to go through it that fast. That's the one kind of bad thing about having these trees down here is as we pump water out of here, it's going to diminish the amount of watering we can actually do. All right, and I left this untreed for a reason. Of course, we could put more of these pumps in here. What we really need is a scenario where this is much more stable in terms of water transfer between segments. So this really probably should just be a floodgate and a path in front of it. But I don't know. I don't know if that's ever really going to work the way we have this set up. I'd have to deconstruct everything. If we took a look underneath, yeah, I could just put some floodgates here. That might actually be the smart thing to do. I think a couple of you have suggested that in the comments as well. If we were to just do this and then turn these things right here into just pathways. Boy, this sure is going fast. I guess we had the resources all ready to go, huh? So this should probably be... I guess, maybe? We'll just do that just for no particular reason at all. Maybe we don't need these. Yeah, I'm just doing this to allow me to put stuff in front of it anyway, so that's fine. All right, so once this is all done, I'll go ahead and lower that to 0, which will let water come in here. And then I guess we can just replace this entire thing. Nobody needs to get across here, right? I guess they have to build these things real quick. So, okay, I'll let them do that, and then we'll replace all of this with platforms. Because we're going to be out of water over here pretty quick. But we have some sort over here, which should be okay. Oh, come on, really? You're going to leave this at 52%? Come on. You can do better than that. You're holding up our progress. Come on. Finish it. There you go. Good job. All right. I guess I probably should have let them collect all this. So that's going to be a lot of logs. Okay, now that is going to be hopefully helpful. But now it is back flooding again, like we wanted it to. I just had to section this off first because we hadn't built this yet, but I think we're going to do a similar thing going through the rest of this whole area, just so we can build up a little bit more capacity, and then we'll probably end up dynamiting a lot of this out as well once we get to explosives. And we're almost at 20 metal blocks, so I'm going to go ahead and research the engine. We also have enough science, and I guess we can start building that. First one is probably going to need to be over here. Now, how far out can I go? Okay, I can go all the way out to here. So I guess we'll just go ahead and build that right there. Go ahead and put a four-way because why not? Then we'll get rid of that guy. We'll let them come grab their rubble. It's going to take them a while to build this. And then we will go from there. Which also means we're going to be moving all this stuff probably over here as well. We just have to find a good spot to keep building stuff. So we're going to get rid of all of these dead trees. Have this guy gather all that up for us. Okay, now did they get... Well, they got that one, so let's put in a triple high platform here. Guess we can probably safely prioritize this. And then as they build this, they can grab the rest of the rubble. I love being able to recollect the old supplies. That is a big, big help. Now, some of these maples have been here long enough for us to gather syrup. Unfortunately, we're not in a position to research the tapper's shack quite yet, but we will get there eventually. A very slow process. We got plenty of logs here. Come on, just come get them. There you go. I don't even have to high prioritize it. They're just going to come grab them. I don't know if they can reach underneath to grab these things. I don't want to risk that. Okay, there we go. One more there. We do only have 2.5 days left, so I think we're doing pretty well in terms of having water and food squared away. Well, the food supply continually goes down, so it is a good thing that we're planting more carrots now. I think we can go ahead and... yeah, we can have one of these guys be assigned to planting instead of harvesting, and pretty soon, hey, we have unemployed beavers now. That's good. So we're going to need them. Do a bunch more. Well, I guess this one's unemployed because he can't get to his job. Understandable. How are we doing over here? Okay, yeah, we're doing really good. Actually, we're waiting on gears to come in. Then once this is done, it's going to start burning a bunch of wood. And I think we'll leave these in here for a little while, but we'll get rid of the wheels. We'll probably reorient the positioning of this guy, maybe add another one. And then start moving the rest of our stuff over here. clear out space over in the main area for more trees, more farming, because some of this is arable land. Not all of it, but some of it. And we will continue our slow march of progress. And we still have some homeless beavers because we, just keep making them. Yeah. We're going to fill all those jobs very, very soon. No storage space available for logs, huh? I promise you there's storage space available for logs. Crazy people. I have 400 space available for logs. Why can you not grab these? That really doesn't make any sense, unless they have to store it in the... No, they still can't do that. Oh, I know we have space for logs. What are you talking about? That is crazy talk. Okay, well that one's full. Is that what they're talking about? So we don't have, Huh. No chestnuts, huh? Why do we not have chestnuts? Oh, because we got rid of the gatherer flag over here to build this thing. Okay, well, we will fix that problem. And I guess we have to build another layer on our log storage tower here. That's going to be hopefully fine. All right, we'll do the same thing over here. No, this is not a super optimal setup, but it does work. And it'll serve our needs pretty well for the time being. How many planks do I have? I have 100 planks. I guess I could have... Oh, we're flooding again. Why are we flooding again? Oh. I swear. Well. Who could have seen this coming? Not me. No possible way to foresee this, says the Timberborn player that this always happens to. Fortunately, it should drain off pretty quickly. It's just astounding how this always manages to catch me. There we go. Alright, now we can slowly work our way back up. Yeah, we need to build offshoot canals from this ASAP. It's just not working. Somehow we're out of food, despite having all of this. So that's not really something I understand. My intellect is not quite there yet. Okay. Did they ever get the rubble here? Yes, they did. All right, let's put in our triple platform here. And then we can come downstream and put in 2 more of these, because apparently that's... wow, that was quick. Apparently that's where we're at. We'll put some floodgates. Actually, no, we don't need to put dams here. Why am I doing this? We need all this to be, what do you call them? Platforms. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It'll be fine. We'll let them collect all this stuff. We got, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 more days before the drought actually shows up. Okay, one thing we probably, and by probably I mean definitely need to do, is start really storing a whole lot of food. Because right now we just have storage for raw potatoes. Oh, the berries are almost gone. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely not doing too well with that. Grilled potatoes. Yeah, I guess, but yeah, we'll go ahead and put in... Should I unlock the large warehouse? I probably should. Yeah, oh yeah, here we go. It's food storing time. We got plenty of stuff to be storing here. Yeah, let's put this here. We'll put carrots in this guy. We'll put grilled potatoes in this guy, and then we can start migrating them out of these other smaller ones. But of course, they're going to require a lot of planks to build these things. Oh my god, okay. So we have 3 days. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted, is to have all of this become a problem after 3 days. Okay, well, let's, the thing that's really killing me here is I want to put a 3 deep floodgate. But I guess what I need to be doing... Oh, I don't have enough science points. Okay, that was kind of a waste. I need to just be building these things. Yeah, that's just what it boils down to. Okay, meanwhile over here seems to be going pretty well. We'll just get rid of all of this, have them come grab everything. Okay, and that is more or less done. We should probably have log storage over here if it's going to be... So it's 200, we want 1200 for sure. This will end up being logs for... Nope, can't do that. That's the wrong building. I don't understand how I can't figure that out. That's going to have to be logs. Alright, now these guys have to hurry up and, you know, actually build all this stuff. Yes, eventually I'm going to have to put in another engine over here. Let's go ahead and queue that up. And we'll start building other stuff over here. I believe we can get rid of that and actually turn this into something here. Alright, we're still doing okay for food. We got plenty of water. Definitely could be a lot worse. Too far from a district. Are you serious? Oh, it's because we don't have any of this stuff built. Alright. They gotta come grab these logs, though. Yeah, we really, really need to have this water going somewhere else. Just can't quite get there yet. Alright, we've got a full stock of medicine. We have our 1 medical bed. I guess we should probably turn into 2. There's just a lot going on right now. We'll leave that back there. Should be fine. Well, this is going to be a work in progress anyway. We'll go ahead and raise this up. Yep, there we go. Definitely should have had that higher. A 21-day drought? Oh, no. Okay, well. Okay, so this has already gone... This has already gone quite poorly. Not have nearly enough water stored up for this. This is actually bad. Okay. Well... 21 days. Okay. Now we can't use our anything over here because I wasn't paying attention. Oh boy. Okay, well. This is going to get interesting really quick. Okay. Let's put our smelter back over here. Get these guys going on building all this. Go ahead and pause this for the time being. So I imagine we'll end up putting 2 smelters here, and then we'll build the rest of the stuff in as we have the ability to take care of stuff. Well, now we have 1,200 carrot storage, 1,200 grilled potatoes storage as soon as that is done. So where else am I storing carrots that I can reclaim? Okay, not there. Berries are there, potatoes and carrots. Okay, this one is going to end up being something else. Probably should be grilled chestnuts, maybe? Or do I have those? I can't keep track of where I have stuff. Grilled potatoes are already here. Next to the grill that's doing chestnuts, because that makes sense. Let's swap those. Okay, so this is grilled chestnuts. This is going to be grilled chestnuts. We already have one for potatoes. We'll turn this into grilled chestnuts. I guess that kind of makes sense. Gears, berries. Berries are already here. We might need to keep stock of more than 120. I already have 10 homeless beavers. Wow. Oh my. Okay, well, let's just keep building. We're gonna have plenty of time. Throughout the, I guess, rest of this entire drought to take care of most of this. Can't get required materials. There's, okay, well, there were planks sitting on the ground here. Maybe not anymore. Okay, this is now accepting grilled potatoes, which means that this no longer needs to be grilled potatoes. And this instead can be something else. Okay, we already have a bunch of plank storage here. I imagine this could probably be useful for medical storage, medicine maybe? Is that going to be an option I can put in here? Maybe? I can't read. None of these are medicine. Really. Get explosives. Paper. I'm just not used to this interface yet. Well, at some point maybe I'll figure out where in the world I can put medicine that's not going anywhere else. I refuse to believe that cannot be in here. Really? Okay, this says ingredients, and it's a mortar and a pestle, so you'd think you'd have to be able to put medicine in something like that, but no. Maple pastry, sunflower seeds, spatterdock, cattail crackers, grilled chestnuts, grilled potatoes, carrots, bread, and berries. Where in the world am I supposed to put all of my medicine? Oh, man. That is, I'm sure I have to be doing something wrong not to be able to see that. There's just no possible way. Okay, I should be able to still get over here. I guess that's the very end of the range. But they should still be able to get to it. Or maybe I have to build a platform on this side. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Still waiting on planks. I thought I had planks. I guess these guys are busy doing something else. Sheesh. Alright. Got 56 beavers. We've got 20 unemployed. I think we can go ahead and pause probably most of these. And by most, I mean half. Because now I've got to think of a problem-solving solution here. Well, I guess that's what a solution normally is. Like, we're not doing bad for food. But we're not doing great. We definitely need more. And that's going to come by putting water dumps in here and using this for farming. and other stuff. Now these trees are going to die because there's no more water over here. Okay, cool. Well, at least they're birch. Okay, well, some of these are maple. No, but these can be harvested, so that's not a big deal. We just have to have storage for the logs. These guys have to just get around to doing that. So they're really not going to be able to build any of this. Or is that just because this triple platform's not here? They're waiting on planks. Seems to be a pretty common theme here. Waiting for planks. I'm going to turn off the gear factory. Turn that guy back on. So right now we have 18 gears. I guess I could put the gears in this other medium tank, but something tells me we're not going to have enough water to have that be a problem for quite some time. So I guess in the meantime we can just add a whole bunch more lumberjack flags and get these guys moving on. Getting the wood out of here. Just add a couple of these right here. On a dry part of the map. They're going to have plenty to do. Just get those planks going. Let's go. I still can't believe I can't put medicine in here. That is just beyond insanity to me. It'll let me put pine resin in a warehouse, but I can't put medicine in a warehouse. Unless medicine's one of those things that has to go in a tank, but that wouldn't make any sense. Nope. Oh, seriously? I thought it was packaged this whole time. Wow. Okay. Well, that is a shocking revelation. I guess we'll just put a tank here to put the medicine in. So if you left a comment earlier telling me the medicine goes in the tank, good job. I'm not going to see it before I figure this out. But I want you to know that you're appreciated, even if I didn't specifically learn that from you. Please always feel free to tell me things you think are helpful. I can't believe that. All right. I got to find something to put in here. We don't have wheat yet, although we probably should start growing it soon. Definitely should start growing it soon. If anything, we need to have another farmhouse in here. So that's going to be, put that on top of another warehouse. Seems to be a pretty good system to do that. And then I think we can put in, not that we're ever really going to fill all this stuff up, but put in these little baby warehouses. What else can we put near a farm? Oh, we can always use more berry storage, so I guess we'll just do berries. But we have all these unemployed beavers, I might as well use them, right? No reason not to. Okay, this is working nicely. I guess we can have probably 2 of these, although we don't... That sound is definitely a sound. 20 gears, 50 planks. We should probably focus more on putting in lumber mills. Actually, we should make sure that our pathing will last this long. I'm actually not convinced. Okay, I'm glad we didn't put any resources into this one, because that's not going to work. Not with the districts the way they currently are, at least. So we're going to need to make this a separate district eventually. But for right now, I think... Yeah, we'll do 2 lumber mills here. And we'll do a smelter here, just so we can have more metal production. And then I think we're not going to be able to put anything else over here. Just because of the way the pathing works out. So we'll just do... I'll do one more of these, and we'll do one more gear workshop. I know that a single engine cannot power all of this at once. We were not going to be running all of this at once. And we're going to be putting other engines in this area too, so... Just one of those things. This guy's got to get built first. I probably should have built him first. But we should be in okay shape. I just have to unpause the gear factory. Do we have all our planks for this yet? No, we're getting there. We're getting close. But we're not quite there yet. Alright, how are we looking over here? All these trees are, well, they're growing. Kind of, for now. Food-wise, we're looking okay. We definitely could use some more grilled chestnuts. We just don't have a whole lot of chestnuts to grill. So I think what we'll do is we'll remove another... Let's remove another 3 rows from our chestnut harvesting here. Or from our chestnut tree harvesting, rather. And, well, I guess that doesn't really make sense. Because we're going to have to be able to grab the chestnuts off the trees, which is harvesting the trees. I meant getting the wood from the trees is not something we're presently able to do. Okay, now this is completely out of water down here, which is not ideal. Now I've got 11 days left. I don't want to let any water out of this one quite yet, but I might be able to get away with putting... Oh, I won't, actually. Okay, well, that's fun. And I also am not going to get away with putting any water out of here, so, yeah, you could say things are going well. For another 11 days, we're not going to have any more water unless I destroy part of these things. Yes. Perfect, that's exactly the way I wanted this to go. Well, if we have a floodgate here, we don't need this to be a dam anyway. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. So we're going to replace this with a suspension bridge. So I can then lower all of the water out of here. Because I think it's probably a little more important to have water available downstream for beavers to drink than it is to have water up here to keep this area green, because the only thing that's growing up here is dandelions, and we already have a lot of medicine, so... Oh, and I can't actually get it that low anyway. Alright. Nothing of value will be lost. That's fine. And we're going to end up doing the same thing here as well, since we have established a safety margin of 1 block high here. Because we are going to run out of water very quickly. Oh, did I have somebody caught over here? Oops. Well, that's awkward. You know, only 9 days left. 8 water. Doing great. Doing absolutely fantastic here. Could not be better. Thanks for asking. And we have 64 beavers. Oh my god. Okay. Let's take a moment to do some crisis management here. All right, we got to get water out of here. So let's lower that down. That will give us maybe another 100 or 200 worth of water once this is fully emptied out. Yeah, this is just Not great gameplay by yours truly. Yeah, let's get this pumped out. I'm glad I did the emergency buffer of the one block high thing right here. So we are never going to have this be completely out of water. But yeah, it's not great. Not great over here. Because these guys are going to start getting thirsty pretty quick. But the good news is this will buy us a little bit of time. And we probably should be thinking about putting in another pump over here. Okay. We need to put in this right here. They'll get to that eventually. This might actually last us another 8 days. This is just one high, right? Okay. Oh, I can see it going down. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. We are making choices today, friends. We are making choices. This guy is not going to be doing well if we don't get this built quickly. I did want to put a suspension bridge across here. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be feasible unless I can do... Oh, yeah, I can do this. 20 planks. Do we have 20 planks? We have 20 logs? Yes. All right, just come build this right now so this guy can get a drink and go get some food. He's probably going to die, isn't he? Come on. Starving and dehydrated and stranded. He's having a bad day. Oh, you clowns, come on. No beaver left behind. Except sometimes. This really isn't that much water here either. There we go. Now he can come back across, and he might still die anyway. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pause the other 4 of these so they don't take up any more water. I'm going to pause the healer, because that takes up water. What else takes up water? I guess for emergency purposes. Excuse me, it doesn't hurt to have one of these guys out here pumping away. Assuming this reaches. We can just pretty safely pump the rest of this out, and then down here, we don't have any trees planted in this spot anyway, so why don't we go ahead and put in one of those right there. Hopefully, did I put them in the right spot? Yes, okay. We'll get that going. This is already down at 0. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's going to be rough for our beavers here. But I think we're still going to be okay. We do have most of them satisfied for thirst. We have 6.5 days. We have this water. We have what remains of this, and we have this. We might be fine, but this is definitely a wake-up call to get us in a much better position with regard to our water supply. And that is what I've been, kind of trying to do here. It's just not always a very easy task. Not always an easy task. Why did I delete the dams here? I really shouldn't have done that. So I put another dam here. We're going to be sucking enough water out of this thing that it's really not going to matter at all in the first place. That's fine. I'll just put this back as a spillway overflow. Should be okay. Okay, now this is completely dry here, which is great. Getting kind of nervous now. We do still have most of a block of height of water here. I've paused everything that uses water that I know of. I don't think anything else uses water. We should be okay. Should be okay. Oh, I didn't select a good for this warehouse. What's in here? Berries? Well, guess what? It's probably going to be more berries. Yep, you guessed it. This is just berry land. Alright. We really, really need to get a handle on the rest of our, okay, these guys in our, yeah. The creaking noises are unsettling. You know, I think we're going to be okay. Where are there 4 of these that need water? Are we out of here? No. What's the other building that needs water? Okay, it's these 2 and these 2. I thought it was the water pumps. Nope, we're good. Now this one is empty and we have 4.5 days. Okay, well. Things definitely could be worse. They could definitely be worse. They could also be better. But we're not dying of thirst yet. I think it takes... I don't know. If you know how many days it takes for beavers to die of thirst, let me know in the comments. I think it might be 3 or 4 without any water. But I don't know for sure. We should be mostly okay for now. Meanwhile, we're making industrial progress over here. I guess that's kind of taken a backseat this episode relative to crisis management. Why aren't you pausing these? Because I don't have to. We have unemployed beavers still. And we're going to need water as soon as we have any of it come through. So I'm just going to leave these guys in place. It's not going to matter that much. Although they are starting to get a little irritated about not having a lot of water. And this one pump up here is certainly getting a lot of work, to be sure. All right, I'm gonna go to a lot more work hours to get this going because we have to. Oh, now he has to go to bed anyway, so I guess that didn't matter. That got me sweating now. It's like the world's worst suspense movie. Okay, now we're thirsty. Now we're thirsty with 3 days left. Alright. I'm going to make the executive decision to just go ahead and build another water pump. Even though it's going to be useless in 3 days once this fills up again. We just have to have more water right now. Yeah, we're in bad shape. We're in very bad shape. But the good news is we have a lot of beavers, so even if they start dying, we should be okay. We might have enough to get us through 2 days. This will most likely be dry by the time the drought is over. But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Yeah, we're working. You can't go to bed. You got to pump your logs. Let's go. Yeah, everybody's thirsty now. Every single person, beaver, whatever have you. We're all thirsty. Unpause the scavenger flag, give them something to do. You know, the fact that we've lasted this long without somebody dying of thirst is honestly really impressive. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty proud of that. I fully expect it to happen pretty much any second now. But to make it through almost all of cycle 11 without that happening on hard mode, as inattentive as I can be with things, I think that's an accomplishment. Yep, there goes our water. Okay. Got a day and a half left. We've got a bunch of really thirsty beavers. Well, we're in a catastrophe crisis mode, so you can have some extra leisure time. So you can go to the dried up pool area or go to the rooftop terrace and not drink drinks because there's no water, or you can go to the campfire and dry yourself out even more because there's no water. Or you can be bored and sleep in a field because you're homeless because there's too many beavers. It's up to you. The good news is water comes back in a day, and any losses we have in terms of beavers should be manageable. Boy, what a dystopian attitude toward loss of life, huh? Gotta love these post-apocalyptic games. Well, if we can make it another 0.6 days, we should be okay. We'll be fine regardless anyway. Died of old age. Okay, that's encouraging. My eyes are just glued to that information pane in the bottom left corner. Very stressful times here. Alright, 0.3 days. 0.2. 0.1. Zero. Okay, we made it through the drought. Here comes wet season. Got some more dying of old age. More dying of old age. More dying of old age. But here comes the water. Did we seriously manage to get through the entire thing without a single death of thirst? Oh, there it is. Never mind. There's probably going to be a couple more. It just, that's unfortunate that happened after the drought was actually over. Because we were doing so well. I wonder if the game actually keeps track of how beavers die. I'd be very interested to know. I haven't checked. There very well could be a metric for it somewhere. But I would like to know how many beavers die of hunger or thirst or just of old age. Good news is we seem to be in extremely good shape. We now have water coming back in, and we have more beavers working in our water pumps. So I'm going to unpause. Why can't I click? Okay. I'm going to unpause all these breeding pods because we got to get back on the breeding train. Okay, 2 beavers died of thirst. To be expected, for sure. I think we're going to let this back up just a little bit so we can use these upper pumps. Okay, that's actually too much. Now they're going to be flooded. Okay, so we now have 6 dying of thirst. There's probably going to be a few more. But all things considered, definitely could have gone a lot worse. Man, could you imagine some sort of like political press conference? You're like, well, you know, it's a good thing only 6 beavers died. No. Person would get assassinated immediately. No. But here we are in a post-apocalyptic beaver game, saying how thankful we are that we only had so many beavers die of thirst. Wow, what a life, huh? Okay, and now we had 4 more, so we lost a total of 10. Looks like 10 to thirst, 11 to thirst. Okay, so it just took a while to catch up, but we have water now. And now we actually have a deficit of available beavers for all these positions. That's unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and just pause all of these buildings, and we'll get them removed and put something else here, just as soon as they get all this stuff out of there. We still don't have any water stored up, seriously? Alright, we got to get that figured out. It's probably because I turned breeding back on. Oh, jeez. Alright. So now this is going to be the problem, because we had no stores up to this point. Well, this will be good emergency water when we get to that point. We just got to make sure these guys are all pumping as fast as possible. Let's go. Oh, what fun. I just wish this had gone even slightly better. We can start building this water tank now for all the water we can't put in it. 2 more dying of thirst. Fantastic. Good stuff. Love to see it. Alright. We're going to go to 20-hour workdays, try to get these guys pumping. Of course, all of these jobs exist. Alright, all the water pumps. Why can't... Okay, deep water pump. These are now essential workers. Okay, we're pumping, kind of. I just really need as much of this pumped as physically possible. Probably should have water tanks up here as well. Not that we're going to fill these anytime soon. But that's something we definitely should have done a lot better here. We have tanks down here. I just don't have any up here for these guys. Probably needs to be one of these big ones. They just take so long to build because we have to have gears for it. Oh, that's already built. Okay. We're doing all right. We're not doing great, but we're doing all right. Yeah, the end of this wet season is going to be the end of this episode, but I really want to make sure we have as much water stored up as we possibly can until we get there. So yes, I will do the dreaded 24-hour workday. But we're going to fix it. We're actually going to fix it. Don't worry. We're actually a lot closer to getting this done than I thought we were. Okay, nobody's working in the gear workshop. All right, that's fine. All right, you got 0.3 days. I'm going to have to start raising this just because we don't have the time. So those are going to be flooded out. It's not going to get high enough without this just stopping. Okay. All right, 15-day drought. Let's slow down a little bit. We have 313 water stored, which is progress. We have water up here that is not going to be released. We have 2 emergency pumps that will take care of this once we actually need them. We have this much water stored up. We can release 2 full block heights down into this reservoir. And we have 4 pumps down here that are currently running and will continue running. We have, well, some food. It's going to continue to grow. Should be okay. We do have substantially fewer beavers now relative to the last time we had a drought, which is, you know, tragic, but also good. Because now we have fewer beavers to try to hydrate and feed. And over here we did get this area a little bit better. Little bit better. Could be worse. Could definitely be a lot worse. But, you know, sometimes it, just be like that. And these guys aren't taking logs to storage, which means we probably just need more storage over here. We have log piles up here that aren't... Oh no, those are full. So we're actually full of logs. Okay, that's, I guess, a good problem to have. So I guess before we get out of here, we can put a large pile here. We'll put another one here, and we'll put a staircase there. Set both of these to logs before I forget. So that'll be good storage over here. We're going to take off the 24-hour workday. I told you I'd fix it. And that'll give them some nice stuff to take care of when we get back into the beginning of the next episode. But yeah, you know, crisis management is not always easy. Definitely some stuff we could have done a little better. But I think in the grand scheme of things, we did about the best we could. We definitely have some pretty significant challenges on this map with the single water source up at the top of the hill. We are going to continue to pump out as much as we can, as often as we can. And we're going to have to really, really think carefully about stuff in the future, considering our wet seasons are really only ever going to be about 6 or 7 days long. It's really going to be about just amassing as much storage as possible and not worrying about the rest of the stuff. But in terms of other progress in the game, we did get a bunch of metals stored up. We've got planks now. We have a pretty robust food system. Even if we do tend to start running pretty low, I still think it's relatively stable. It's going to improve once we get wheat, now that we have the ability to build these engines. And we will continue to do so in this area. We're going to put another district over here. I know I've said that like 800 times. But we will get stuff figured out. We'll be just fine. This is hard difficulty on the hardest faction on one of the harder maps because of the relative lack of water. All that being considered, I think we're doing a fantastic job. As always, I really appreciate reading all the comments and all of you guys who have been very helpful with all of your questions, concerns, helpful advice and everything. So please, if you have any of that, I welcome that on the comment section. Anything at all. You can even criticize me if you want. That's fine. We'll figure out how to handle all of that different stuff. But it's always fun to talk to you guys, and you guys have been a fantastic supportive community. The videos continue to do just astoundingly well. And I think we should pass 3,000 subscribers probably within the next couple of days, the way things are going, which is unbelievable. Considering, I think at the beginning of September, I might have still only had 1,500. The Timberborn community has showed out in force for these videos, and it's been great. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed my attempts to do crisis management to solve problems that I myself created. I think it's a realistic depiction of how playing these games often is. A lot of people who do the really edited playthroughs of these things just kind of conveniently cut out a lot of the parts where stuff goes wrong. And I just don't think that's very helpful. It's not an accurate depiction of how the game is actually played. And it's not an authentic experience for you guys. And I just don't think that's nice. So I always want to be as honest and truthful as I can with this stuff. Plus, it's fun to see people fail sometimes, you know? So hopefully you get a kick out of that. But until the next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. Stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video for more Timberborn water and food mishaps and poor industrial design, all that good stuff. Yeah, we'll see you later. Have a good one.